The door of a Boeing 727 rattles open in the freezing November wind. The year is 1971. Rain pelts the fuselage like nails on a tin roof. Inside, a man in a business suit adjusts his tie one last time, grips a canvas bank bag stuffed with $200,000, and calmly fastens a parachute to his chest. His face is hidden by a pair of black sunglasses, the kind of shades you would expect on a Sinatra crooner, not a skyjacker. Without a farewell, he steps into the night and disappears into legend. That man, known forever as D.B. Cooper, did not just jump from a plane. He jumped into history. Now let us zoom out. This was not some hardened outlaw snarling at the world. Witnesses said he was polite, calm, even gentlemanly. He ordered a bourbon and soda before handing the stewardess a note that said he had a bomb. It was the classiest hijacking in history. Back then, air travel was not the headache it is today. No TSA pat-downs, no taking your shoes off, no 3-ounce shampoo rules. You could smoke a cigarette at 30,000 feet, and nobody cared if you carried a suspicious briefcase. It was the Wild West of the skies, and Cooper took advantage. Think about this. He demanded 4 parachutes, not 1. Why? Because he wanted the FBI to believe he might take a hostage with him. That way they would not sabotage the gear. That is a masterclass in game theory. In a world full of rules and regulations, he played the players, not the game. The plane took off again with only the crew, Cooper, and a duffel bag full of the cash on board, heading south toward Mexico. But somewhere over the forests of Washington state, he lowered the back staircase, clutched his bag of cash, and vanished into the storm. Here is the kicker. No one ever saw him again, no body, no parachute, just a myth drifting in the wind. Years later, a boy digging along the Columbia River found a stack of rotting $20 bills, matching the serial numbers from the ransom. But that only deepened the mystery. Did Cooper die in the fall, or did he pull off the greatest getaway in modern history? The FBI chased this ghost for 45 years before finally closing the case in 2016, and the truth is still up there in the clouds. Now, what is the lesson buried in this skyjacking saga? Financial independence. I'm not saying rob a plane unless you want to spend eternity as a trivia question, but Cooper represents a mindset. He did not wait around for opportunity to knock. He strapped on a parachute and forced opportunity to open the hatch. Most people today are terrified of risk. We cling to jobs we hate, pray for pensions that will never arrive, and hope our 401k holds up while the government spends like a drunken sailor. Cooper reminds us that fortune does not favor the timid, it favors the bold. Think about the psychology here. Banks and governments want you docile. They want you paying ATM fees like a trained pigeon pressing a button for crumbs. But Cooper, he skipped the line. He took the jackpot in one daring move. While I am not recommending crime, I am absolutely recommending courage. Financial independence is not about hoarding pennies or skipping avocado toast. It is about leveraging your skills, taking calculated risks, and refusing to let institutions dictate your future. If you are waiting for politicians, banks, or even churches to give you freedom, you will be waiting longer than the FBI waited for Cooper to resurface. Here is a fun fact to chew on. The slang cash cow comes from a farming term for a cow that produces milk with little cost. That is exactly what you are to the system if you do not wise up. A cash cow that keeps feeding the same machine. Cooper said no thanks. He was not content to be milked dry. He created his own destiny, whether he lived to spend that money or not. That is the reminder for us. Stop grazing in someone else's pasture. Start building your own, and let us get personal. Improving your financial independence is like improving your body. Nobody else can lift the weights for you. Nobody else can cook the healthy meal for you. And nobody else is going to secure your freedom for you. Cooper had the guts to leap into the unknown. You need the guts to leap out of dependency. Whether it is starting a side hustle, cutting toxic spending, or simply learning how money actually works, your financial health is as critical as your physical health. We will never know if D.B. Cooper survived that night, but what we do know is that he became a symbol, a folk hero, a reminder that even in a world drowning in bureaucracy, one man with courage and creativity can seize the spotlight. You do not need to hijack an airplane, but you do need to hijack your own excuses. Stop waiting for permission. Stop living paycheck to paycheck while the elites laugh all the way to the bank. Take risks. Play smart. Live free. And that, my friends, is your Monday morning motivation.